Hi, everyone. I'm going to take a few minutes to get set up, and I'm probably just going to code for a while and see what happens. Some will join. I always appreciate that, but it takes a couple minutes to kind of get going. Let's see if the tweeter, it always, hey, how you doing? Oh man, people actually join. That's kind of cool. I got to share my screen. Let's see, hide, turn hiding on. There we go. Close a few things, and then I think we're good. The trick is to never open this up with your environmental variables showing. Kind of embarrassing. Cool. I am. I'm just going to be coding. I mostly in JavaScript today. Uh, I'm working on getting the Cadena Aspire key to. I've got it to cross chain now. Uh, it's all on testnet. I'm just playing with what's available right now. And what I want it to do is uh, because it's a little different than a normal wallet in the sense that it's got different rules that apply to it. And so if you want to do a simple cross chain, there's a process you have to follow, which is different than normal. And that's how I'm working on it. And so what I'm hoping to get maybe today, maybe tomorrow, is where if you don't have funds, because hey, how's it? If you don't have funds, the whole purpose of the app I built is to be chain. It's not chain agnostic. It's not seamless. It's just my app doesn't actually know. Like when you go in, if you wanted to use this app, and I'll show it in a second, but if you want to use this app, I don't know what chain you're going to end up on. I have the contract on multiple chains. The contracts don't know what chain you're going to be on. However, when you type in your name, it does know what chains are available to go onto, which is cool. And so the challenge with that becomes, well, we have 20 chains. I actually do restrict a couple chains, so it kind of changes everything. But my smart contracts enforce it so that you can't register on the wrong chain ever. And it's really cool uh, in the sense that when you do that, it adds cross chain time, which is fine. Which is fine. It's going to happen. What's cool is you can balance this approach across whatever chains. If you want to run across 5 chains, for example, you could balance your app to run across those. But what's cool? is your app doesn't have to track the chain state. Your API, which isn't even like a web API, it's just part of your part of your code, can tell you which chain you're on without ever having to say, hey, contract is on chain one, send the command to chain one. You don't have to do that. It just knows your app is on chain one, which I thought was pretty cool. But that works great. That works great. But there's a caveat to that. And that caveat is if you want to have a chainless app, you have to be able to, let me just check something real quick. You have to be able to move your account around. So that's what I'm kind of doing. I think there's a couple steps. Like, let me see if I can show it, and then I'm going to start working, and I'll take questions. I cannot believe how many people join. That's crazy. So let's see if I don't get in trouble for this one. That's okay though. I think it's good. It's good to show. All right. So this is all the rest of these work. I'm going to actually add the cross chain feature to these as well, but for now I'm focused on the Canadian Aspire key. So if you want to open this up. All right, so this is probably chain one. It's got my balance on. All right, so we're connected. And so I added a little function this morning to test this. And so what this does is this basically just says I actually had funds on chain eight and I wanted to move them to chain one. And then I wanted to move funds to chain seven, but I don't have an account on chain seven. So the idea is I can use this to, yeah, look at that. So ideally, we'll create an account on chain seven, which should, I feel like this should fail. Let's see what it does. All right, cool. So our transaction's there. I'm curious. All right, so it returned all that. So we see that. Check our code real quick. It all looks good. Chain one. I still think this should fail. No? All right. Let's see. Let's see if that worked. I don't remember if I actually hooked that send command up, but it should be on here. No, testnet. I'm glad so many people joined. Hey, Mikey. I feel like it's not transaction submit. Okay, let's see if it did it. Oh my. String seven. Looks fine to me. So gas result. So this should be. I should have an account on chain seven then. So interesting, but it doesn't show up. I wonder why that is. Let's find out. I was hoping to just code my front end, but here we go. All right, so chain 7. This is guards. This is accounts. Get. Interesting. Okay, so create wallet, transfer, copy account. How do I confirm if my account is there? I don't know yet. Let's see, okay. So I'm wondering if I'm feeding it the wrong account. No, because it's getting the account. Let's see. Do I still have the wallet open? No. I would have thought it would have given me like an error though. Yeah, it went through. 7 transactions. Hmm. So that was what I tried it earlier. Tried it earlier. Okay. Interesting. That's gas. Interesting. Anyways, let us look. I think if I do a copy account, I wonder if I have to continue step. Extract guard, get account. See if we can figure this out. I think we can figure this out. Nobody else on YouTube, so now I'm here. Yeah, I don't know where people go. Like, I think usually they jump on Twitch. That is interesting. I wonder if I'm passing. What if I'm passing the wrong thing here? It's possible, but I swear it's not that. When you want to copy an account, all right, so we copy it. So we look up our guard. Step. Do I have to actually go in and step? Do I actually have to go in and do that? Transfer cross chain. I don't know. It is currently unclear to me. Anyways, I need to fix this. Anyways, I'm gonna just focus on what I can do right now. Not worry about that. This should fail. Yeah, okay. So it's because that's not found on chain. It's because it's not found on chain 7. Hmm. Which makes sense. All right. So That makes sense. Looks like it's doing what I need. Run, executed, Pact ID. All right, what's this? That is this one. Okay, so that's our. Okay. It's always fun learning new stuff, new ways to do things. I chain one. Wondering if I have something where I could quickly try to resume this on chain seven. Let's see. Cross. Oh no. Oh no. This would have been perfect. Uh, so it went. Transfer complete. I wonder what I'm missing then. Because copy account should. It should be creating my account. Hmm. I wonder, am I using the right namespace? I'm wondering if I'm not using the right namespace. No, it is the ENF. What's this one? Oh, that's my command. So I'm using the right namespace. Like, transfer completed. Let's see. Let's see what we have going on here. I wonder if it just, when it created, I wonder if it, well, I'll let that transfer. That was all on chain 8. So somehow I'm missing something here. All right. Well, this is the fun. This is the fun of learning new stuff, which it seems like. Let's see if I can grab my. Is that the same? See, is that the same account that I'm referencing? I'm wondering if that's why. Yeah. So it's this. But then when I do this, oh, it is the CAQ. So get account card. It's right here. Interesting. Name. God damn it. I wonder what happens if you put something else in here, like, let's see. Yeah, it just, okay, so it's not actually checking. Course, copy. I mean, copy account's pretty straightforward. Target chain. Look up your guard. Send it. Get. I probably can't. You know what? What do I care? Let's just try it. So this would be like, let me get this out of the way. Let me just make sure this has an account on chain 7 real quick. Perfect. All right, we are we are testnet rich. All right, so we can do create account, and then it's this, and then the guard is use this, and then this would be web dash wallet dash. Like this. See what happens. Ah, yeah, coin. Oh, it's on chain 7, that's why. Well, that's interesting. Actually, let me, before I do this, let's do this. Coin details. Oops. See what it is. So this is that's that. So then if we run this, let's see if that matches. It should. 505 keys any W. Yeah, okay, so that's right. All right, cool. So we know that's our guard. We know. All right, so that's chain 1. So let's try chain 7. Can't create it that way probably because it's a principled account. So I have to create it with mine. But it didn't work. Chain 7, create wallet. I don't want to create a new one. Interesting. Hmm. Things that make you go, I don't know. Nerd gibberish. It is, Hank. I don't know what to. I don't know what to. My soothing voice. Uh, yeah. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I, 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 I feel like what's this? Seems to be. Is that the account? Okay, I see. Coinnet transfer, coinnet transfer. So that's what's transferring me here. Cool. Well, that's cool. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing now. That threw me off. I don't get why this isn't working. I feel like copy guard. The only thing I can think of is that it's not happy with this. Anyways, I got something I'm gonna pull up and work on. All right, go away. So we need a function that's basically like if chain balance isn't great enough, then we need to create a cross chain to transfer funds from one chain to another. So that's what we do. Let me go take a look. All right. Holy cow. It's a lot of stuff. All right. So yeah, we'll want the account. We'll need. That's not the way I want it, but it'll be fine. So you know, it's like I've done this a few times. I bet it's. I like Dirty Read. It's like it knows what I want. This is. I switched from. I was saying this the other day. I switched from tab 9 to Copilot, GitHub Copilot, and I'm like, why did I wait so long? I don't know. I'm gonna read through this, but I feel like all right, chain API URL network ID, and this is like so I have a little provider file or config file. So if you're on testnet, this is you can call this in anywhere in your code, and likewise if you set your environmental variable to be mainnet, this is what you call. So when you switch from testnet to mainnet, it's a really easy way to do it. You can all do it. You can do it all in environmental variables too, but I like the I like doing it this way because it just to me then I could just call everything as config dot like chain ID, network ID, and I just find it to be easier to work with. It's also nice switching from my development environment to my production environment uh, because I can set that testnet, mainnet, or even devnet if I want. There's no devnet on here, but I actually do have it for a couple of things. So um, it's not. I don't know. Is read an actual command? I think it's execution, right? Execution. Execution. You know what though? I'm wondering. Let's try. Let's try. I wonder if it's. I don't. I don't think read's an option, is it? Interesting. I haven't played around with Kadena.js enough. I wonder if you can just let's just leave this as is for a second. Actually, what was that? Read just client read. I'm guessing this is probably what I'll want. No? Okay, whatever. Just move on. Coin, meta, under account. I want the rest of my metadata or my meta. Gas price. Okay. As I had a function up above to do this already. All right, so get balance. So we're going to add this. Right. Count transfer required. So exchange. Okay. So const. So we're just going to do like const chain equals 1. And then res equals await back chain. So we'll do toast. Balance res. Where's the count? Okay, that's good. I guess I have to probably make a component for it now. So, or I made the component. Let's do get B. All right. So account transfer required button. All right. So this is check balance. Check balance checker balance checker balance checker check. No data returned. Well, that's unfortunate. All right. Did I do this wrong? Let's check out what that is. I wonder if I did this. I can run. I can run it like that. It doesn't make any sense. All right. Great. Balance coin. Get. Is it get balance? I wonder if that's what it is. Boom. All right, cool. Expected list. Unsigned transaction. Behave. You don't have to behave. You really don't have to. You can do whatever you want. I can't believe how many people have joined. I feel like a letdown. I should have let people know that this would be boring. I'm just kidding. Look at that Unity. What do we want to do? JSON formatter. I love this site. Code coin dot chain one. It's a string. Interesting. This should work. Well, let us see. I'm wondering if it's because, wait, why is it not stringified in there? Let's see if that's what it is. With row not found because we're on chain 7 still. Okay, so it should return. All right, let's just clean this up then. Oh, my account. Oh, yes, that is why. I didn't catch that. That makes sense. And we test. All right, so we got our balance now. So we know what our balance is. Okay, so we could theoretically loop through and grab the balance for all chains. We could do that. I feel like I just did this the other day. I'm surprised I didn't do it in here. I wonder if I did it in here. Update wallet, withdraw, get domains, submit, dirty read, submit. That worked good. Get escrow. No. Okay, whatever. Just focus on this. So we can feed it the chain. So it's going to do a check. So register and pay. Zoom. I don't think register and pay checks that register. Handle submit. All right. So find handle submit. Check our domain format. That makes sense. That we need at least one wallet in there. Okay. Show me chain ID for domain. Makes sense. So this is what I'm talking about. So when you run this, it takes the name. So here, it takes this, and this tells you that it's on chain 7. And so at this point, my app has no idea what chain I need. It has no idea. But it knows if it runs this function with this domain name and this version of the the call, it knows what chain to pull from. It's kind of cool. So I think I have an example. This one's for Ron, actually. Hi Ron. If you go look at the contract I made you, it's got a couple little nuggets, and here's my dragon. All right. Element. This is not what I want. I don't need to save that. Registration. There's one other file I need to open. Hopefully it's Pact contracts. Yeah, there we go. All right, so this is hash. All right, so check this out. So you can see I made a list. You can do whatever domain you want, but when you run this, all right, so you'll do node hash. It tells you what chain you're basically going to be using this chain, and just by knowing this name, it'll always send you to the right chain, if that makes sense. And if you switch this to V1, this assumes there's 50 chains. I know I didn't keep them side by side, but you can tell. Like it put them on different chains. So it knows based on the versioning, based on how many chains we have, and the versioning of the chains match, smart contract matches. It actually knows what chain your codes, uh, where it needs to look up your info. So it's like a really, I really like it. So, um, yeah, speaking of things I like, all right, let's see. Test, validate name. Is this a continuation command? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. This is what I wanted. Let's actually, I want to grab this for somebody actually earlier. Let me just send it to him. If somebody else didn't respond. All right. All right. Now I can feel like I've accomplished something. I like that I've got like 20 chats going on right now. It's pretty cool. So I need to, I'm going to steal this. It should be portable. It should be completely portable to what I'm doing. But instead of sign with key pair, I need my other signing. Mm, this will be tough. All right, it doesn't matter. Let's just try it. All right. I didn't feel like formatting the whole thing from scratch, but you know what? It might be nice to have it side by side. Let's do, let's just do this. So, you know what? I want to be careful here. What is this one? Let's get our register command again. And I'll just hack this one up and make it work. All right, so name account. I don't need any of that. I just need, So this one is continuation. I don't need any of this. I do. I lied. I need chain. So I need chain here. All right. So chain. Yep. Got that. Account pub key. Need that. Provider name. I do not need that. I do not need that. Now, this is where it gets. All right. Heck that builder. Okay, so it is just continuation. Oops. All right. So from here to here. All right. So the Pact ID is const PID equals I want this one. Oh, look. Never mind. Step chain one. Step count two result. I don't get it. Step. Anyways, all right. Let's just grab this. I have no idea why I'm doing it that way. Hey buddy, how you doing? I I don't do a lot of React. Uh, I don't do a lot of React. Proof, no. But when I do, I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't think I need all this stuff. All right, so we need to sign it. I feel like let's just get to here. Let's just get to here and see what happens. All right, let's get rid of all this. All right, sign transaction. Oh, this is a different format. Gosh darn it. Do I have Do I have a way to do this? Quick sign, yes. Good. I did do it. Perfect. All right, provided that quick sign continuation. I don't care about any of that. Constant bees. I mean, I think it's gonna fail. And I think I know why it's gonna fail, but let's just go try it. All right. Balance checker. Let's do a new div. All this stuff. And this will be continuation. All right. Cont. Whoa. Continuation. Chain. It's fine. And then we can toast it. Surprised it's not just adding it for me, but who am I sharing? Do you get paid for this? For like this right now, no, I just like doing it. I know it's a crazy amount of people watching it, and it's cool because like if people have questions, I don't know if I actually see X chat, but like if people have questions and stuff, like that's what I like doing this for. I'm just dinking around with something because I have a spare 2 hours and wanted to get a look at this, so I'm learning it. Like as we're saying, so why it feels sometimes a little disjointed is because I've never none of us have used the Spire key, so it's all a learning experience, and um, it's good. It's good. So there should be a button. Is there a button? Oh, continuation. There we go. Keys. I bet it's because dude, I had a comment switch there, and he was giving me the view. So So it's funny. So I am a React dev. I don't claim to be a React dev, but I do like dabbling in it. Squeegee is a Vue dev, and he's really damn good at it. And so most of our code, our front end code, is all done in Vue. Whereas most of the POC code that I do is all done in React because that's what I know, and I'm comfortable with. Spire key, Kadena. 557. All right, so 557. What keys are we talking about here? This makes sense because there's no provider. Because I need to connect a different wallet to test it. All right, let's try this. Really? Can I read? I'm reading keys. Wallet. No way. I do some too. They're just different frameworks, yeah. Um, yeah, they're just different frameworks. I don't I just struggle with it a bit. It's just so different for me. All right. I'm guessing it needs like I don't understand like what it possibly is looking for here. I can't find. There we go. Can I not find this? I suppose let's see. Is there a keys in here? Interesting. Payload dot continuation dot data. Okay. Okay, that makes more sense. So, but did I have that in here? EMV data. I don't have that in here. Why does it want that? Why does it want that? Okay. Think about this for a second. Building this, setting my transaction, providers, good. I wouldn't need that in here. You know what? I'm going to add it. So, add key set, yes, and a key. See if that makes it happy. Hey, would you look at that? That's all I wanted. Stupid. Stupid, stupid. Now, now if this is successful, is a whole nother undefined is not valid. 566 signed. What's not valid? I mean, it sure looks valid to me. All right. I think this could be the same issue I had before. Let me do const register. I might have to do all this nonsense. Let's just all right. So if that's the provider, if not, this is what I need, and then do I have to change anything here? No, we just do the body payload. Okay. So get B. All right. I almost want it like side to side here. So it does this. If it's successful, well, that's my get balance command. So I need this one. All right. So I'm going to sign it first, and then this will be body payload. Oops. All right, what? No previous. Okay. That's not cool. I'm wondering if this doesn't actually do what I think it's supposed to do. Chain one. Transaction output. Yeah, I'm starting to think this isn't doing what I think it's doing. Hmm. Copy. It continues it itself, but I wonder what happened if I just did this like cross chain. I feel like it wouldn't be happy with that though. Copy a card target. Sorry, I'm looking at this. Actually, I'm gonna take a second and see if um, so I always get to it. All right. So filer packages. It's a fork of it. Oh boy. Okay. A lot of changes. Let's see. Look this up. Let's see. Give me 1 second. I'll go figure this out. I just feel like I'm missing something here. I don't understand. Where is this link? I don't see anything in here. It's not going to be this. I don't know if there's anybody smarter who's watching this. Who knows? I, I don't know. It's I just feel like it's missing a piece in my mind. It's probably in my mind that it's missing, but I'm just looking at somebody's note that they sent me. Copy def pact. I don't know what I'm missing here. It's chain one would initiate it unless I don't think I can. I can't copy it from chains. So yeah, I have not tried putting it on rice yet. I'm wondering, like, do I need to pull from chain one? Like, do I need to? Do I need to come here and let's see? No, because it's target. It's the target chain, I would imagine. All right. So web auth then guard. Let's go look at that one. Copy. All right. So copy. Oh, that's interesting. Copy is a command in here. Copy account. I mean, I can try it. Let's try it. Unless you got to do both. Maybe both at the same time. I don't know. Let's do copy account or command. Copy account. Oops. Let's connect to the right wallet. The Come again? Count? That is my account. I don't care if people see this. Um, okay. Get. Just looking at my. Did you, Ron? If putting stuff on rice um, was the only solution, I think that'd be very helpful. Very, 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 very helpful. All right. Get count name. All right. So get account guard. So in theory, I have no idea what's going on still. Enforce, create, fungible. Yeah, that makes sense. Transfer makes sense. Create gas pair card. I use that. What am I missing? I'm missing something here, and I don't know what it is. Bendy. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, feel free to speak up. I'm not gonna. How about the card? We log in. Makes sense. Copy account schema. Yield. It continues it, so it should just take care of it. Is there a I'm just looking at the GitHub. See if I got anything in here. Register an account, log in, and sign. Yep. That all makes sense. Ah, it's not helpful. Sign request. It's not that. Package, app, source docs. Hmm. So you can't use the guard to transfer. You have to do it. So I'm initiating it from chain 1. I want to go to chain 7. I suppose I could check the account. All right. Yield data makes sense. Target makes sense. Oh, fun times. Always fun times we have. Anyways, I'm going to do one more thing and then I'm going to take a break from that and wait for an answer back because it should have just let me copy it this way. I don't get a single error. Like, I don't know if I did something wrong or if it's not meant to do this. But if I specify that from this chain to, I can't remember if it's supposed to show. I feel like it should show me the something about the chain it's going to. Is it a TX detail? Yeah. Copy account. I wonder. Let's go check one more time. Result is success. I guess, can I describe? Is that what it is? Describe key set. No, that's circular. How do I? Let's try it. Let's try it from chain 8 for a second, actually, because that's where I think it originated from. I'm just curious. What do we have to lose? Account transfer required. So next chain, the net chain 8 to chain 7. Now let's see what happens. It'll take a little bit. We'll just give it a minute. What are we working on? All right, so I can walk you through it real quick. So this app, the idea is to have it support every wallet essentially. But what you do is you go in and you pick a domain name, you register a wallet, and you can register different. There's really no limit. I only added a few because I have to validate the wallet formats are correct, and it's just a lot of work to validate that. I don't know if there's like a package or something out there, but I have really tight rules to make sure that you put in the right type of wallet. So you add the wallet, and then when you pay, it might actually not be happy because I switched something midstream. So let me get out of there. Let's connect this one. All right. And so once you've done that and it creates a command, you get a list of domains that you've tried to register. So for this one, you can see like this is my domain name, but you would probably just have been kadena.com. However, it's cool to test it this way. So I go into for me, I'm using Cloudflare for my DNS, and so I just go in there and I register test3 a text record, and I put there's in this field there's a different field when it's not verified, and I put that in the text record, and then every 10 minutes I have there's a worker process that runs that actually verifies, and if and the reason we would do that is we want to make sure that you own this domain name, right? It's kind of like Canadian domains, except a little different. Like it's a different use case, and essentially it's actually registering the domain name to your wallet. So you can technically like if you gave somebody your wallet address, for example, it would sorry, your domain name. So if you went to this website and you want to pay, instead of providing the code anything, just like the chainless stuff, instead of providing the code anything, you would just provide it the domain name and it would tell you who's supposed to be paid. So it can do a lookup to see, all right, this person paid, or they registered this domain name, they proved that they owned it, so you can actually pay them just by knowing their domain name, which is kind of cool. And the other cool thing on this app is you can update these, you can add, um, do that. If you, it was like a small fee, but if you wanted to, you could. This one I already withdrew. I left it in here for an example, so you could see withdraw your funds. If you don't want to register it within that time period, you can do that. But it's essentially just to map payment addresses to domains. And so the cool thing with like the Spire key is it's all web based, so it knows about these things. So if it knew your domain, it automatically knows who to pay without you inputting anything. So it's kind of cool. It's almost like mapping it. Like if anybody's seen my bots on Telegram or Discord, I map your wallet to the ID so that people can't spoof it. It's the same concept. It's just registering here. I'm just using this as a test site to test the Spire key stuff. Um, this is not done. It's just kind of a continuation of things. So, all right. So let's see if that worked. I think it's pretty neat. It still hasn't Pact ID. No, that's my key. This is like tormenting me. Like I just want it to work. Yeah, I like explaining this stuff. That's actually I can just sit here and code all day, and that's sometimes when I've got like a project due. This is just for fun for me. So I had a little bit of time, and I jumped on here, and I like when people ask me questions. It makes it fun where I can explain these things. So when I do like Pact code, I'm pretty much spend the whole time explaining exactly what I'm doing from start to finish. So it's just unique, and I feel like it's valuable for people. The nice thing is that these streams all get saved on YouTube too. And I actually noticed like after like a month, it has more views from there than the initial streams. Although there's a lot of people on here, which is cool. So I'm gonna try one more thing, and then I think we're gonna call this one. The time of death will be soon. All right. Like I said, I just gotta be missing one tiny little piece of this, and I don't think there's anything else. It's a Let me grab the capabilities real quick. All right, so what are devcap? Oops. So you're simply inputting it. It doesn't. That's not anything. Is there a function that gets called? I'm wondering if I'm missing something here. All right, so with capability, we are going to run to our target chain. It's in our yield, which is fine. Let's see if the docs have anything on this. Yield. I yield. Yield. To use object for use with resume in the following step with optional target chain, target subsequent step to execute SVV, which makes sense. This all makes sense. So we yield, in our case, we're yielding this object. Interesting. I I wonder, and I'm probably very, very wrong on this, but if you look at like, am I putting target in here? No, I'm not. Copy account schema, guard name. So I'm wondering with optional argument target chain. So I'm wondering if we're missing the target chain. Let's see if this is 7. Let's see if chain 1 has that, or chain. I could live with that if that's all it is, and I like to figure out why something's not working versus just telling one of the devs, "Hey, this isn't working." Yeah, I'm wondering if that's what this is. I'm wondering if that's what it is. I don't know that I'm missing anything here because Target does not make it into here anywhere that I'm seeing. It's not in our schema. Let's see. Chains. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Yeah, it's got to be yield's got to be a direct call. There's no way it's not. Okay, so all right, so copy account. I'm wondering if this was like. Okay, let's just grab this. Unless it's in the. I wonder if it's in the dash guard. I wonder if it's in this command. It's a gas station. Dot web. Let's check if it's in here. Fry copy dash count. Ah, yeah, it is. I'm wondering if the copy account needs that too from the other contract. So we can move the guard, which would explain. Although I don't think my account worked on here. Vue versus React. I hear that Vue developers love Vue and React sucks, but I love React. So I don't know which one. I don't know that any's faster than the other. I actually do like Vue. I do like it, and I actually spent some time trying to learn it, and then I just said this isn't for me. Uh, that's kind of how that. Well, I can't find that, but can it find it? Is the guard on here? Register guard account. Get account. Try force remove. Mark Zuckerberg. That's funny. So I'm thinking that's what this is. I'm not 100% sold yet, but I'm pretty sure that that's what's causing this. We need to copy account. Yeah, it would never copy the wallet over unless it just needs the guard, but I don't think so. I bet it needs both. I would think so, at least. Copy guard. If it wasn't, why would we ever call it in here? It would make sense. If it didn't need to be sent from here too, why would we ever call it there? Because this has no knowledge of chains. Yeah. So with capability, string target. Yep. And we're calling this from our other contract. So we're going to read from the account table. Account devices. So yeah, I'm going to go with that for now. I'm going to go with that. So let's grab this. I'm going to grab this example for him and then see if this is it. And if it's not, at least the nice thing is he can tell me, no, you are wrong. Here's what you should have done. And I'm okay with that. I just don't feel like wasting my whole day. All right. Okay. All right. On that note, I think I was going to get some. We should make a Trogdor collection, actually. And we can burninate like whatever we want. I think we should do it against like everything, like scorched earth, everything. We'll burn it all to the ground just for fun because we have enough chains to handle that traffic load. So we'll spread the burning out across all the chains and Trogdor can dominate. I think that's a great idea. That's right. He should. Why not? He absolutely should. Um, it would be a fun way to go. At least there would be some glory there. And I don't know. I think this is important. I really think this is what it is. So you can do this and package it and keep it on the same chain. Maybe you want to move this account from one contract to another. That might be your goal. But if you want to move it to another chain, like I showed earlier, and that's why the docs are so important, this needs the target chain right here. Otherwise, it just stays on this chain. And I think I wish I could change it. Like I know I can't, but like I wish I could change it just to test for my own sanity. But I just see it's continuing the guard I just don't understand. I just feel like it's not guard lookup table. Guard lookup table. Everything guard name, which we know. I'm on testnet, right? Yeah. What's the difference? Get web in off guard. So what's the difference here? Get wallet guard, get web authn guard, guard, lookup table account, guard lookup table account. They're the same exact thing. So this one's looking it up from the guard contract, and this one's looking it up from, yeah, burn down the chains, burn them all down. Come at us, other chains. Yeah, I don't know. This one is at WebAuthn. So this is the guard. So get account name. Yeah, that makes sense. So WebAuthn guard name. Get account guard. Get wallet guard. That's our capability guard, which makes sense. And then this is actually pulling it from that other guard contract, which also makes sense. So this is our actual, this looks like the key set, yeah. So what if do I still have that config from earlier? So this would be like keys dash any. So coin.create account. So I can't cheat it. Let's do it properly. How about that? Interesting. All right. Well, I'm gonna play with this probably a little bit later. Um, but I hope I hope it's fun getting to see me struggle a little bit. Those are always fun days. I usually get a lot of grief, and I don't mind. But it's important to take the time to learn how this stuff works and the quirks and communicate them and get them sorted out. Uh, we got the important stuff. So this is obviously an easy one, checking our balance. And I'm going to get rid of these buttons. The continuation one technically works, but it's useless. It's because it's on the same chain, so it's not going to help us. I think this command itself is good. It just there's something missing. And sending the command to register with the square key, I mean, the whole thing works. I just don't have an account on the right chain, so I can't finish what I'm trying to test. And so hopefully by tomorrow I can do that. But yeah, this is it's not bad, not bad at all. For it's I don't even know if they, I think it's considered an alpha. But yeah, I yeah, thanks, Story. And I was sometimes I'm a little more effective when I just stay off stream and I sit down and focus and have like all the docs on all my windows instead of having chat take it up half my screen. Um, but it's less fun. I actually I think I've told people I really enjoy streaming, so always happy to be able to get on here for a bit. But I think it's been about 2 hours. Some of you have been hanging out for the whole time, and I appreciate that. Uh, the more people who join, I think next time I'll probably just do Pact because even if I get stuck in there for a little bit, I can work that out myself because it's my own contracts. When you're working with other people's contracts, if you run into something while you're testing, you may not be able to do that. And so, to me, a better use of time might be to maybe finish one of the game contracts I'm working on because I assume people probably want to see that anyways. So I'll maybe I'll tease that for the next time I know I can stream for a couple hours. But that's going to be this guy right here. Where are we at? Ron, it's not quite 2,700 lines of code, but you can see my little notes. But this is how I create my seasons for battles. Yeah, admin function. I'll need a with capability, but essentially, I'm just going to read all these on my indexer, and what I'm going to do is when a new season comes in, it's going to stream to Discord, and it's going to stream to our Telegram chat, letting people know that a new season's available so that they can register. There's no fee. There's no like direct fee to register for any of these games. What I'm testing is the fact that it does cost money to do all this. It is what it is. So what we're going to do is for every season, you're going to process a payment for battles. Is there like a coin that transfer in here? There shouldn't be. Okay. So you'll notice like process payment. It's it's actually to create an avatar. So for every season you'll create a new character, which is a new NFT. So there's going to be one more thing in here like um marmalade dot create dash or mint NFT, right? And then you're gonna have your NFT ID. So I think that's what the purpose of this. We'll need to use this to be help create a table for approved collections. Yeah. So you'll create that. And then what we'll do is when you want to enter, let me see, create season, season paid is season paid, create season matchups, settle a matchup. Yeah. So maybe that was the intent of this. I decided to redo it. So I probably just have this in here for now. But what it'll do is it'll check to see if you have an NFT in our approved right here. If your NFT is in our approved collections, you don't pay anything. Otherwise, it's gonna stop you. So you don't have an NFT, you can't enter this season. So I haven't decided if I'm gonna let people use those for multiple seasons or just like season one, create your character. It's a small amount of KDA, and then we'll battle, and then the rewards will probably be for like the top, like depends on how many people play. But I was thinking like the top 10 placing, but it's gonna be a percentage. So if 10 people register, it'll be a smaller percent. If 100 people, it'll be a bigger number of people. Yeah, I've been just slowly like behind the scenes working on this. I haven't talked a lot lately, just because I've been like heads down trying to get like the hair and stuff, uh, which which I can show you, even though I know I should probably get out of here. It's one of our test sites, so it doesn't do anything if anybody goes here. It doesn't do anything, but we have like it's going to be a bonding and staking for the Heron token. And so on testnet, we've reached our limit. So that's why it shows 100%. And you can kind of get the details down here. And this is to help with liquidity. So instead of charging people up front, you can go in here and you can see how much I can put in there. So I would want to put 100 KDA, and it does a mapping. So it creates a new token, and then yeah, and then you can see it actually tabulates in real time. Oh, I think he said it in real time, but I think it updates every 24 hours. I'll have to talk to Squeegee about it, but essentially it's it's meant to reward people who do this because there is impermanent loss. The idea is to get it as near zero as we can. Obviously, the purpose isn't to hurt people for providing this, but it gives us an ability to lock liquidity for a period of time, reward those people for doing it, and keep it. It's a utility token. I know it's like everybody wants to call it a meme token, but it's meme themed, but it is a utility token. And I think it's important to distinct that it's not just like to go sell. Like I'm not selling anybody anything. You cannot like go pre-sale this. I can't pre-sale it. I think out of the whole bucket, I might dip myself down to 1%, maybe 2%. Um, Yeah, then it's like that. I think these contracts, because Squeegee helped me with this piece of it, just to save us time, because he's already done this before. I believe it's all from that. I believe it's from what Kitty did, and then I think a couple other people. I think Docu. Not that I want to bring them up, but I think they actually use these contracts too. And so I've been going through them just to make sure there's nothing I don't like in there. But for the most part, just a little bit of cleanup, some changes, and then we changed a couple things to just kind of fit our style. And yeah, you can see I actually have tokens bonded, quite a bit actually. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to get people to not withdraw. I think if somebody had to for a reason, I would probably make them whole. But that's something we need to talk about because I can't make exceptions for everybody. So I want to be very careful with that. But my idea isn't to like punish people. But if you knock a bunch of liquidity out of the liquidity pool 3 weeks in, you're kind of killing us all. So that's the idea. So I didn't actually stake my tokens, so I need to do that, but I'm not gonna do it right now. But that's kind of like there's a lot of stuff we're working on. It's kind of a quiet week. Last week was kind of a quiet week. I think what you'll see is we wanted a couple days of like the staking and stuff to go through just to make sure everything was good. Make some tweaks, make some UI tweaks, and we probably were ready like 3 weeks ago, to be honest. But we're very, very anal about all this stuff. So I don't know how else to say it. We want to make sure it's good. It's the contract itself is all stuff that's just not being done right now. So there's a lot of like, is it going to work? And it's working so far exactly like we wanted. So very very happy with that. Quinn Moon. I don't know. I think uh, this is like my favorite part. I wanted to see if this was. Did we still have? Yes, train. So you can go slice like Fruit Ninja with shadows. I missed with shadow effects. Ooh, I know. I don't know. So that's some of the stuff. Yeah, it's some of the stuff we're doing, and uh, there's uh there's some cooler stuff, and I know. Let me see if let me. I got a couple minutes. Let me just see if I can. I'm gonna stop sharing my screen for 1 second. Yeah, I want to be careful on this one how I show this. So this is. Let me see if I can find our site. So this would be a test. Okay, let me share this. Share screen. Really, really, really fast. No, hold on. It's not what I wanted to do. Let me try one more thing. Tab. There we go. So this one will be a fun one. I know I'm going to yell at for showing some of this. It's not done. It's not meant to be like used by people. Technically, we could if we wanted to. Um, but this is the stuff I like. So if you want to find like, uh, it was so yeah. So here's your contract, right? Like that's cool and all. One of the things I had done before was you can actually go in and edit it. Now, I don't recommend like web keys and all that stuff, but if you were going to be crazy, you could do it. You could actually just submit this. I'm assuming quick save code load. I know that was the intent of this, so you'll be able to actually go in there and edit it and deploy it. When I don't know when. This is a different project. This is a huge project, huge. This is just like a small little piece of it, and this is the one that people. Hey, look, Ron, for you, we put the word wizard in here. Not just obviously what we want, but you can go in and build. My wallet's not connected, so I can't change anything. It's smart enough to know that. But yeah, you can check your supply. If you want to be able to, like, whoever you want it to send it to, you can do that. And then I would always recommend this that you generate a namespace. So this will help you generate your own custom namespace. You should have governance for it. But you don't have, you can just brick your contract too. That's okay too. Cross chain, if you want to be able to burn tokens, that'll use the logic we have. We also have transaction fees, so we can add that in here. And then, do you want to be able to create more tokens? So some people do, right? Some people do. And then you can go and deploy it. So I believe the intent was to make like a very super simple version of this, where you just have to give it like 3 pieces of information, and then you can deploy. Obviously, the more time people put into this, the more detail, the less likely they are probably about to run the Jesus out of you. Uh, so these are. when people are like, "Hey, man, we don't have any of these tools," it's like, yeah, we don't. But like for us to run this stuff, for us to build these things, it's not cheap in some cases, and so it's tough if we and we don't want to just charge everybody. We don't want to always just turn around and have to like everything's a paywall. It's conflicting, and so we have a plan on how we want to do this one. But this is the token factory is like it's probably going to be the biggest thing we've done, in my opinion. That like in this site, like the text tool I made will probably end up as part of a tool in this suite. So either we charge for access, right? We could make like a pass or something. We could do that, and then you could use whatever tools are available. We could do it like if you want to execute a command, it costs you like half a KD or something, whatever that is. Um, or or the other option is to do a token sale for this one. I've always been against that, but if we want to build like serious stuff, I our goal is always to have it built first and then ask for money. So yeah, that's another option too, Ron, for sure. If people can't or won't pay anything up front, chances are you're funding whatever money they're about to take out from you. I don't make those rules. It's just pretty clear to me. If somebody can't pay 100 KDA to generate a contract that they want to go and turn around and do a pre-sale for 100,000 KDA, I wouldn't trust them. I, there's a difference between can't and don't want to or won't. If they physically can't, I would be very leery about. I hate to say it, but I'd be very leery about that. And if you look at tokens that are about to launch, you should ask them the same thing. Um, we've been rugged nonstop with tokens, and I still see people pumping up like super excited for token XYZ. I don't know who the people are who made it, but like I can't wait for it because it's a cool thing. And it's like the first like 10 people who buy will probably make money, but the next 1,000 people, if they're lucky, that buy will probably lose money. And that's why we did the lock liquidity like we have it, Ron, in our bonding contract. So nobody, myself included, I can't pull the liquidity. That the governance for those are going to get break. Like I can't change it, and I would obviously I wouldn't. But it makes me feel better knowing that I can't do it. So there would never be a temptation, even though I wouldn't. It's done. So yeah, and the multi sig stuff. Um, well, the multi sig we already have, but that's gonna get announced soon. I hope. I just need to talk to Squeegee and see if he can add a couple functions to one of our sites and make it look pretty. But yeah, that's like the span of all the things. So the I've said this before, but the goal of this year for me personally was to launch something, a DApp, an integrate, like a major integration, one of our bots, a major feature on the marketplace, or one of our other tools every 6 weeks, right? And so right now we've got 3 down. Okay, so we're ahead of schedule. It may not seem like it. It may sometimes we all go quiet a little bit, but um, every 6 weeks. So you can think about that. That's a lot of releases in a year, but we're going to get these to a point where all these things are going to be ready to go, and we just need to fine tune them, get them all combined, and then we can start releasing them faster. And so it's not a matter of can we do it faster. It's really a matter of do we want to release things that frankly lose money. It's a interesting question. So we'll test. We'll be able to test some of this. I think the Heron token will be a good test for us to see if people are willing to um, not be asked to fund a project, but at least help it break even because that's all. It's at least minimum. That's all I want to be able to do right now, and then we can work on, if we can get more users in the ecosystem, then I feel more comfortable uh, trying to go further than that. So I did the text tool in 2 weeks, so that one kind of got ahead of it. Um, there's a project that we're about to do that'll probably be 60, 45, 60 days out. For sure, will get released. The Heron token itself, I count that as like 3 projects, but we can debate the semantics of it. But the token, I don't actually consider. because the token's not that difficult. Uh, the Telegram bot that I've got, that's, I think I'm the only one that knows this one right now. It's really, really, really almost there. I got to get some of my contract logic to match up, and then it's ready to go. But it does require this token being deployed, so that's kind of, they go hand in hand. So I got a 3-day release cycle for Heron token of like, let's get one piece out, make sure it's good, get the next piece, and we'll announce all those here soon. So that's what I have. Uh, I hope people enjoyed this. I can't believe how many people actually are streaming this, and it always happens whenever I do these streams and actually people join. It's usually when I'm stuck in the mud on something or I'm learning something versus like free coding, which is, I always find a little more fun. Uh, but thanks for ever read that proposal, Amir. Which which one, Ron? Which proposal you're talking about? Oh yeah, 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 that one. That I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so well, of course, I've reviewed it, and I have given quite a bit of feedback, and we'll kind of go from there. But there's like four of them that you probably haven't seen, that are stacked up, pretty much ready to go. So there's going to be a quiet period, and then there's going to be like a burst of energy. And I like releasing a few things and then taking a deep breath. So it's going to get crunch time soon, and then hopefully have like 2 weeks of just like whatever I want to do. I've actually really enjoyed working on my doc site. So I've given that a couple hours every week, and I'm not going to stream myself working on docs, but it is fun. I'm not going to lie. I needed that break. I needed a break from coding, and what better way? It actually found a couple issues in my own code that I was, not issues, but things I was able to clean up. So, and I think I got my never forget shirt on today. So it's no offense to anything. I love the little critters. So hopefully the whole market, like, I can't see my finger now. Hopefully the whole market goes woo. So all right, guys. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna take off and go do some other stuff, and hopefully get an answer on if it was me, which is very possible, or if we need to make a change to the contract. And then I want to get this knocked out. And then what you're going to be able to see is when you go to do the cross chain, it's going to just be seamless for you. I do have to put a menu up that says like status, but as soon as that's done, we just send your commands off and call it a day. So, all right, that's fine. All right, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. See everybody. Thank you.